Hey guys, welcome back to VintageCraft. Today, we're going to be hanging out in the resource world, building a brand new farm, and we're going to have a little bit of fun with some guardians, as you can see behind me. So, yeah, hang out and enjoy. Alright guys, so today's project, we are in the resource world, and I think I found a pretty good area here. We've had a lot of people on the server looking for ink for a long time now, and I've been promising that I would do it. So today we're going to try to build a little bit of an ink farm. And yes, I mean ink and not dye, like I said in the last episode 50 stupid times. Anyways, one of the problems with the server is a lot of people aren't building farms. They're just coming out here killing squid, and then they can't keep up with the demand, and there's a huge demand. I used to do it, and it made us a lot of diamonds, but now it's a little rough. Anyways, we're going to try out a squid farm, because I haven't done this before. And it's a little tricky, a little confusing, but I found an area here. It's on the edge of a desert and a savanna, and there's no water kicking around here besides this giant river. Now, it's only... Where are we at here? Right in here, it's desert... Then it's river for quite a while, and it's not very wide. I mean, it's only a couple blocks. It's decent though. But what we gotta do is 128 blocks from where we choose to do this. We need to have no water. That way our squid can only spawn here. So I was looking around, and there's an ocean right over here. But 128 blocks from that ocean is right about here. That's where I marked it. So as long as I build, there's also, the ocean goes over this way, but it's like way out here before it's in the way. So as long as I build right in here somewhere, we should be fine. Now, we have to go down to squid only spawn to level 46 to 64. So we have to go down about 10 levels from here, and we have to map this out and take out all the extra water. So the other problem is we have to decide on what kind of farm we're going to build. Now, one of the options is you build a fence farm. So you put fences up, you waterlog some signs inside. It holds like columns of water, and the squid come up, they fall into the air blocks, and they die. But it doesn't sound fun. So I have a better idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to take over this guardian temple, and we're going to use guardians to do our dirty work for us. What we're going to do is we're going to have a little fun, and we're going to start taking this temple over. So I am just waiting for the night so I can set my spawn, because I don't trust myself down here, and I really don't want to die. We shouldn't have any issues, but you just never know. There's also a drowned village thing down there. Anyway, so what we're going to actually do, because we have our trident with us, we are going to set up a conduit, and we're going to do a little cheaty action. And we should be able to breathe that way, and we'll break in the top. We'll get the minor fatigue, whatever, and not worry about it. We'll just sit there and bust it open. It'll take us a couple minutes, but then we shouldn't have to worry about, well, really anything. And that'll also give us enough sponges. So I'm just gonna wait, and when I come back, we will be killing. All right, here we go. Oh, missed. That's one down. Grab the sponge, we're gonna need it. Oh, bad spot, bad spot. The only thing we have to worry about is our mining fatigue, because being able to breathe down here is awesome. It's been a long time since I've taken over one of these things. I don't really remember where to go all the time, so if you're yelling at me, I'm really sorry. Let's go. I think there's one, if I remember correctly. Yeah, right there. Okay. Yeah, don't shoot your garbage at me, bro. Just die. Alright, one more. Do you think I'll be able to find him? Probably not. Maybe at the other end, you'd think. I've never actually made a guardian farm, which is kind of surprising. Holy! came out of nowhere. I really love tridents for this. Oh, there we go. I think I found the spawning room. But I don't remember where the other elder is. Alright, there he is. Oh. And the temple is ours. We'll collect some gold. Oh, we found the sponge room. Alright, so I'm back, guys. And I got a little shack set up, so we have a little crafting area. I got another portal set up back to spawn, so we can get back nice and easy. This will be just temporary. I just put it here, so we had just a little place for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend the next little bit of time just cleaning out all the water. I have to map out 128 blocks all the way around and clean all the water out. So I'm going to do that, and then once we have all the water done, I'll dig the section down, and we'll build a little fish tank, and then we'll figure out how we're going to get our guardians over here. And yeah, so I'm going to spend the next little bit of time doing that, and I will see you guys shortly. Alright, so I kind of just relocated where the river that we were initially going to do. It's over here on the other side of this hill, so I just went down and I moved over. And the reason for that is just because there's too many bends on that side, and it's just a pain to take the river out. So I'm using sponges, and the way sponges work with the new water mechanics absolutely sucks. So what happens is if you place like a block at a sponge at a certain spot, it'll actually create source blocks and doesn't do anything. So you have to kind of be careful. Now this one is like, these holes are too big, and a sponge won't work properly in them. But let me just show you guys here on. This is how you'd ideally like it to be, right? Oops. If you can hit the water, obviously. Right, so it takes out a good amount. Go here, go here. See how that one left a source, and it probably shouldn't have because it's right next to the sponge, but then you can go here and here, and there's a section cleared. So that's all I'm doing really, is just dividing these up so that I can, you know, effectively use sponges. That one actually took a lot more than I thought it was going to, but if we can effectively use them, this isn't actually that bad. I cleared this entire other side. A little while, a little over an hour and a half, something like that, I don't know. But so this area here is going to be our fish tank. So I have to dig it down, 46. So I gotta dig it down another 10 blocks-ish. And then we have to obviously make sure the width and everything. But this is where we're going to do it. And then we have to bring guardians over. And the reason I'm using the guardians is, for one, it's more fun. And two, I think it's actually going to be a little bit easier than doing all the resources with putting the source blocks up and the fences and all that nonsense, you know. So I'm just gonna continue destroying water. Now I know I'm gonna get the comments of questioning why I'm doing it here as opposed to like a good area. Like if you do it in like a desert with like a dried up river or something, it's a little bit easier. But you know, I really didn't want to spend the time flying around or running around or whatever, trying to find, the ideal location. I just figured, let's just get in here and we'll grind it out. It'll take a little bit of time, but it's not a big deal. And then we don't have to worry about it. A little hard work never hurt anybody, and that's what I think we're going to do. So anyway, so I got that section pretty much done now. And then all I'm doing is, as we go, I'm just laying out new sections of sand. The hard part is missing a sponge. The hardest part is just collecting all the sand. I'm not recovering all of it. I'm trying to, but it's not. I mean, it's harder to take this strip out than it is to just go over here and buzz off part of this hill. So yeah, so I've got these 3 areas done in just a matter of minutes. Sometimes if you're quick enough, you can beat the source blocks from creating. But once the sponges are all full, I dry them out, and while I'm drying them, I just start laying out the new sections. The only thing I wish I had is a few more. I thought I had like 50 or something, but I've only got... Well, I got the ones we rated earlier, and I only had like 20 something. I could have swore I had like a lot more at one time. But, so we're just suffering through it for now. But it's frustrating that I don't know where those ones went, because I could have swore we had, I don't know, a stack or close to it. That would make this process a lot easier too, because then the more you have, you can lay them all down real quick. As long as you spam them fast enough and in the good spots, you can kind of beat out the creation of source blocks. It is a pain, and it's not smart, but it does work. Okay guys, so I've made one hell of a mess over here, and I've got the river taken care of, and I've got, I think, all the water that I can find anyways. The majority of it anyways, all the river stuff is taken care of, so we might have to go through and do some small ponds just for their passive mobs and whatnot. And then I've dug this hole. So our fish tank is going to go in here. Now I have to go through here and plot out exactly... Come on, jump. There we go. Plot out exactly where we're going to go, because you can see right here in the top left, the biome is savanna still. But right here it's river, and it goes across, and then it switches to desert. So it's not very wide at some spots. It is wider at others, which I'm going to find the optimal spot for it, and we're going to plan it out, as I think I want it to be, I don't know how long I made this, but I would like to be about 10-ish, probably about 8 wide, and then, I don't know, probably 20 long or so. And then if we put a couple of the guardians in here and fill it with water, and what'll happen is we'll put kelp in the bottom, so it'll go up to the top. It'll make source blocks, and the very top will be open, so that way when the guardians kill the squid, their ink comes off the side and comes down and gets collected. Okay guys, so I got our fish tank down here. I put glass across the front so we can see in if we ever decide we need to. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to cover the bottom with source blocks, and then we're going to grow, well, then I'll put water at the top, and we'll grow kelp. Now, the reason I'm going to grow kelp is because that prevents our salmon from spawning, so we should only get squid in here. And what we're going to do... I missed a block. Now, I just realized I had a problem. So, what we're going to do is we're going to grow it up, like I said. Then we're going to put signs across the top, which will prevent the kelp from going all the way up. And then on the top layer above the signs, we're gonna click here. We're gonna put water, and this will be so that way all the items, once they're killed by the guardians, they're gonna float up because they're source blocks, and then they'll hit this water and they will go off the edge, and then we'll collect it with whatever we're gonna use. But I just realized that I did this too far back. So if I put it 1 block forward, it will go up against here, but then I have to like put ice or something. You don't remember, just on the top, so there's going to be an edge there. I'd have to put ice or something for it to go off the edge. So I think what I'm going to do is move this whole thing 2 forward. That way it'll hit the edge, it'll go off the edge and into our collection system. I think that'll be all right. So I'm gonna leave this wall here and just add 2, but I think that if I move it 2 forward, it should be okay. I love the new water feature. This is so good. It just fills itself in. I really enjoy that. Alright, so we're going to break this. And hope it works. So I've already got the... Let's see here. I have most of the kelp in. And squid need 2 blocks to spawn. So... Nothing's gonna spawn yet. I'm missing a little bit of kelp, but we'll get that eventually. So I'm just gonna break all this and let it flow. Well, I wasn't even gone a minute, and we've already got a spawn. Now we have to be 24 blocks away, I believe, before they're gonna spawn. So we're not gonna get much while I'm working here. But what I gotta do now, while this kelp is growing, I gotta put signs. So I need to make a bunch of signs. Okay, so I had to redo our water a couple times just because I made stupid mistakes. So if you're ever doing something like this, you gotta remember, if you want to put a like flowing water stream on top of your source blocks, you do it first. So what I did is I put a layer of netherrack, and then I put this water in, so that way it would go over. Then I went down 2 blocks, put another layer of netherrack right here, and then I put signs on it. That way I was able to waterlog the signs and make them source blocks. So that way the kelp will come up to here. These will be source blocks, so all the items should flow all the way up. Once these are all grown all the way up, this will hopefully work. Now, the only problem we're going to have is some of these might not grow because kelp is stupid. And I wonder if you can see it, actually. Yeah, see how this one right here says age 25 in the top right corner? That means it won't grow anymore. So you have to break it and replant. What, really? And replant it. Because at age 25 is where it stops. So a lot of these are going to be stupid, and we might have to come through and break like the tops of all these. And well, I'm gonna die. No. We have to come through and break the tops of these and like let them grow or fill them ourselves. Okay, so I came over to our temple that we took over, and I AFK'd for a few minutes while I was getting a drink and whatnot. And what I did is I just spammed boats all the way around here, and I caught ourselves a little friend. So I went to get my name tags out, and I broke my ender chest. So thankfully, I already had one. This was actually from our zoo. I was going to go capture a new Astro. So this guy is going to become our new friend. So we're going to name him. And because we're close enough, oh, that's awesome. We're going to be able to boat him on out of here. So I'm going to escort this guy home. Okay, so I got our first guy over here. He is, I don't know, kicking around here somewhere. But you can see we're getting ink. I got some in my hand. There's some floating here. But it's not coming to the top yet. And that's because these are not source blocks yet, because our kelp isn't fully grown. Now, we've got a couple issues. You can see we've got some salmon here, and excuse me. And right now they are eventually making their way to the surface, and they come down the edge, and they'll fall off here. So you can see this guy's they're about to go off the edge. It's gonna be funny. Anyways, what happens is we have to put a collection system here somewhere. Oh, there's our dude right there. What's up, my dude? He's kicking around. But so anyways, before I bring a lot more guys over here, what I got to do is go through this and make sure this is fully grown. You can see this one, most likely. Where's the top of it? Oh. Yeah, 25. Age 25. Oh, you asshole. Anyways, stupid jerk hit me. Anyways, so we have to go through and we have to fill these in with the kelp, right? Like I said before. So I'm just going through and manually doing this. So I'm going through and breaking a whole huge stack, and then slowly getting them filled. You can see some are still growing, but I don't want to do this when there's like 10 of these guardians in here. I'd like to put at least, well, I'm hoping 5. That should be enough. 10 would be a good number. You gonna go off, boys? 10 would be a good number, but we also don't want to go too high with the mob caps. There is stuff, like, it's going to be any more than that, I think it hits. There was a thing about it on Il Mango's video, I don't remember what it was, but 10 is more than enough for this size tank. Or, I think 6 is more than enough for 5, or whatever. So we're going to do what we can. It's a pain to get them over here. As you can see, I've got my minecart here, and I'll show you guys this in a minute. All I did was boat them over, and then I never knew that a boat could actually go into a minecart, but the boat went into the minecart, came through, and then just dropped them in the water. But what I'm going to do for the moment is put a little collection system here, because I want them to be able to sit here for now until I'm ready to put them in the tank, because, like I said, I don't want to die while we're doing this. So I'm going to do... This guy's eager to work. He's already killing squids, and he's not even here yet. Oh yeah. So we'll lower this. You don't attack me, you jerk. Well, my little plan over here didn't work. Normally, if you unpower a rail, they stop on that rail, but I guess because I had 2 powered right before it, it just overpowered it. Oh well, we've got 2 in there now, so I'm gonna finish the kelp. I got enough here, I think, that I can finish the kelp, and we don't have to worry about it anymore. Okay, so our Squid Killer 3000 is up and running. We've got 4 guardians in here, and while I was bringing guardians over, I ended up finding 3 other temples, 2 of which they're quite a bit closer. But I already had a couple caught, so I just went and got them, because it's a pain to catch these guys. What was that? Look at that, I think that's ink. So, the next part of this project we have to accomplish, come on, go down, is collecting the stuff, because obviously this isn't going to work. Oh yeah, perfect. So I got a decent amount, I got a little bit around a stack, and we're not really optimal yet. I did make a mistake though. Apparently this was actually supposed to be only up to level 62, and it's at 64, and that has something to do with the sub-chunk nonsense. I don't know, I don't care. It's gonna work for now. So anyways, so what I'm gonna try is we have to be 24 blocks away for this to function. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna see if going up 24 blocks will be good, because what I want to do eventually, probably right away here, which I won't show on camera, but I'm going to build a new trident farm in the sky right above this, because might as well. And I've already shown you guys that, so I don't need to do that again. But what I'm going to do for now is just build a little platform up here in the sky, and I need some blocks. And I'm just going to see how this works. So I'm going to make a little collection thing, and then build up, and we'll do some testing. Okay guys, so I figured a bunch of things out, and I'm really, really annoyed right now. These guys are stuck. And he fell out. Well, he came down and I took him out so I can get him back in here. Ah, it's so annoying. And then I broke this. I was trying to fix something, so I don't know how to keep these guys in here. What happens is they just come up, and I wasn't thinking about that. And I don't know what to do because, you know, I thought, well, one could do it, no problem. He gets to here, and he can't go back up. And I thought maybe I could help him along. It didn't work. So I was thinking, well, maybe what I can do is put a half slab here so that they can't, because like these guys keep coming up here too, which is whatever, because the other guys will eventually kill them. So I thought maybe if I put a half slab here and then slab the top, they won't come up and the items can still come out. But then it breaks this, so unless I do this all the way down, it doesn't quite work. So I'm having a few issues that I have to figure out. And I've done some testing. Now initially I went up here. That doesn't work because, well, it didn't seem to work. I took the amount of dye out just a minute ago, so I was here for a little while, and I got a little under 3.5 stacks, and which isn't enough. The rates are just not good enough. But initially, I was standing up there, like I said. Then I was standing way back here. It was somewhere else. But anyways, some of the spawn rules are you have to be 24 blocks away, and I was actually going from the top when I went up here, and I was going from the front, going there. So I was not far enough away, or I was far enough away for everything. But there's a couple rules that I don't know if they apply to this or not, and one of them is you can only be 33 blocks away from if they need to move. And a squid needs to be able, well, it doesn't have to move, but our guardians need to move. So I don't know if I was too far away, too close. I have no idea. So what I've decided is I'm actually going to make a spawning room. Well, it's going to be under this guy now. It's down here. It's going to be in the ground. It's going to be 24 blocks away from the front, 24 blocks away from the back, 33 blocks away from the back, and it fits just perfectly with the front. So I don't know if that's going to work, but I'm going to do it, and we're going to put our little hidey hole underground, because this way doesn't work. If there's a limit, then a little bit of ink. It's not working properly, is what I'm trying to say. And I don't know how to fix it. So anyways, guys, this is where I'm going to call this episode, because this has taken a long time, and I want to get this out, and I want to get these guys fixed. And I have a lot of stuff to do. I'm going to add probably 6 more guardians tonight yet, and try to figure out these spawn rates, because the squid just don't seem to spawn enough. And I realize because they're not spawning and dying right away, but I can't seem to get them to just constantly spawn either. Like, I can't keep whatever the mob cap is in this, even if they're not dying quick enough. So I'm trying to find the optimal spot, and it's not working. But we're going to deal with that between episodes. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you're interested in seeing more, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, share, all of that good stuff. I greatly appreciate it. And I look forward to bringing you guys some more stuff and getting this thing going. And yeah, so I will see you guys in the next one.